to dive into the young people's lives right here on 21st Generation on Zodiac. My name is Ruth Javula and I'm joined by Wanangwa Chiume from the Nthanda Education Solutions. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Should say, I think I heard about you a week ago. We're just talking about we're going to have this guy, and it's really,
Yes.
I think you have a tight schedule.
It's basically the tight schedule and the fact that I'm based in Blanta,
Yeah.
and also it's also your tight schedule.
Yeah.
So,
So we're always missing
we
each
had
other.
to make it work. So I'm here on certain other business. So I had to bring it together so that I can also do this interview.
Yeah.
So that we can address the people on what we're doing and so that they can get to know exactly what Tanda Education Solutions is about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, before we dive into what Tanda is all about, maybe just a bit about yourself. Who is Wanangwa? What are you doing at the moment?
Thank you. Well, I'll be brief because basically it's not about my personal life.
Yeah, of course,
Yes.
yeah.
My name is Wanangwa Chiume. I myself am a lawyer by profession. I work in Blanta.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep that other information
Yes,
private.
there.
I work in Blanta. I did school in Cavendish, Zambia, and at the moment I'm working, and there are so many career opportunities coming up. But but for now I'll just say that I'm working.
I mean, so many things, because in Malawi you have to do several things.
Well, from my professional life, then the other thing I'm doing is Tanda Education Solutions.
Yeah.
Basically, as the name itself says, we provide education solutions. And what we're doing is we're helping recruit students and assist them to go study at various international universities. We have been doing this since the inception of Tanda, which was registered in December 2022.
Okay.
And we had a very good foundation year, 2023, where we sent about 15 students to various universities in India, and 2 went to Kenya. Actually, 1 went to Cavendish University, Zambia. We also have a partnership with them. And from there, we haven't taken so much effort in trying to grow into other sectors, but we wanted to grow this particular thing that we're already doing right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I found myself here, just trying to tell the people what we're doing and the services we're offering, so that maybe people can know that there's certain opportunities out there.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. What exactly inspired you to start Nthanda Education Solutions?
Basically, from my exposure of studying, I would say it was close by, it was Zambia, but then from there I feel like I was exposed to the life, a little bit of independence that I wouldn't have here. It's just thrilling, for instance, to tell you that you're in a place where ugalowa mujango, there's no uncle you can go kakukoda ba office power.
Exactly.
It just gives you a certain sort of responsibility, knowing kuti ndili malo aini ake, and I need to manage these things that I have very well.
Ulibe sanko lotu takangogogoda
sungati ndingopita pena pake ukanena kuti ndithandizeni nesakukuziwa.
Yeah.
I mean inde Malawi na Zambia, but so there was that, plus there's this thing that I usually tend to address when I'm addressing my students, kuti when education standard in Yosiana, Malomet. I'm not trying to say kuti we are bad, but there are other schools that offer education on a higher standard. It could be for a higher amount, but then if pena paketi mazakanga we are lacking, in as much as you also pena they are lacking kumabe, there are things like that. So looking at all this in a broader perspective, I think tita ona mwina kwina ndi kwina kumwe tingapeze njira zokuti azinzathu kumalawi kumwe kuno azitha kupita kunja ndikukapanga study koma emphasis ikhalepo kuti kukapanga study malo kuti fees atha kukwanisa kulipira. Yes, ndiye nditachiona chimenechi kuphatikizaponso nkhani yokuti ineyo munthu anandipeza ndi ma opportunities nali ndikuziwa kuti zinthu zimatha kutheka mwinaso pamenepo sukuti ndinangozuka siku lina kunena kuti ndiyamba yayi koma I had the passion and also I had the know-how kuti chinthu chinthawi chipanga bwanji. Then from then on nali kuti ndinagwirapo ntchito ndi company ina yomwe imapanga zinthu zokhala ngatiso zomwezi kumeneko ndinaphunzira ndipo ndimathokoza kuti ndinaphunzira ntchito imene. Then nditaona kuti every person needs to grow and pande kanaona kuti I can manage. That's when I went and registered this agency. In brief, which wasn't brief, yes.
I think what's pretty exciting about that is you're a young person also creating opportunities for other young people.
Sure.
And I should assume that you're working with other people in this agency, right?
Yes. At the moment, it's me and my 3 colleagues. You know, when I was coming up with this idea, I ran it by my mom is my friend. I mean, I obviously ran it by her. Koma azinzanga, so my close friends angapo. But mumaziwa chinthu chikamayamba anthu ena amakhala reluctant sakuona be kuti mwakuti koma I started it nonetheless. And zitayamba kumatsonya. This is when inauza my guys, you know what, there's this opportunity and I strongly believe kuti tawina ake osamabanga hold zinthu zina zake. You know, you can, as we say kuti sometimes the cake is just too big for everyone to have a slice. So kuti ungaimalize so weka so I ran this by my friends and adaona kuti I think chinthu chindianzeru pamene they started bandithandiza kena kuna was no titakulipanga chinthu chikhainga the partnership. So we did that. Let people want to follow but it's 3 guys and 1 lady.
Okay.
Too.
And the people that the students, I should say, that you've helped to access education outside of this country, how do you basically recruit these people? How do they find you?
Thanks for that. Basically panopa zomwe zimatigwirira ifeyo kawiri anthu timayuza ma referrals and mwina pamenepo let me just try and clarify generally. My referrals timangonena kuti anthu amene apita kale kunja munthu akapita and if we truly believe in offering a good service fukati mazuwa kuti once we do a disservice kwa munthu they sangapange recommend kwa wina aliyense koma when we do that anthu aja anthu ena amakhala ndi kuthekera kuti kofuna kupita kunja koma sakuzolapanga bwanji and amapanga contact anthu aja amene anapita kale kunja aja. So most times anthu amapanga refer kwa ife amene tinathandiza kupita kuti kumene kuja. So that's the first way. Kuitsa ntchito ma refers, ma student amapanga refers nzawo ka makolo amene ama student amapanga so refer makolo azinzawo. There's that one way. And another mode yomwe timayuza ndi social media. Panopa sinanga when we're starting out tinali kuti our main focus was ana wachoka ma secondary kuita kuti inde we widened the scope panopa timapanga so anthu postgraduate ka PhD, some who are working and these people most times amakhala kuti ali pa Facebook ali pa Twitter mamati X alipamenepo yes you know ali pa TikTok. So tinaona kuti you know this is the easiest way of attracting attention ya anthu aja and they timapanga ma advertising pa Facebook paja pa TikTok on Twitter and this is how we get to reach and to it. Katima user so ma advertising agency ta local Malawi konkuno. Yes, we do that. And another way yomwe tima user is going pa ground patch. You know, we go in spaces like ShopRite. Yes, we mount store at I mean we pay a fee. We mount and we give out our brochures. To my leaflet start to so that you know advertising and marketing. I'm not a major, but we have a lady that did that. Wanga advise yeah, so that's how we do it. And but it's into Zina that we are yet to explore, and I don't think we are supposed to even talk about it because we're not doing it. They're there, and the challenge is always finances. Yes, so zintu zina sema kanga tindrama yokuti banga limit, as much as the dream and the goals are there. Komano timaona kuti you know what, this is what is going to attract a lot of ujenet and to komaso engagement tikabanga chintu chichikhala kabanji. Yeah, so we focus on those things kuona so kuti ndima budget athu abanga banji kuti chintu chizienda kuti sangotani chisate. Sure.
So talking about finances, that's a pretty interesting topic, because when you refer these students to different schools overseas, do they get scholarships, or do they have now to fund themselves to go outside? Because I'll be pretty interested to study outside, or maybe further my education, and then I come to you, and then what is the process like? Do you say, okay, we'll find you a scholarship, or do you just fund yourself?
All right, thank you. Panopa momwe tikugwirira ntchito pali maskulu ambiri aku India amene tinapanga nawo ma partnership, and pali maskulu aku Malaysia amene tinawo ma partnership, maskulu Kenya, Zambia, there are schools in Ireland. Komano mainly amene timaona kuti amapanga offer ma incentive ngati ma scholarship kawiri ndi ma school aku India.
Okay.
Ma school aku India amapanga offer timati we term it partial scholarship. Partial scholarship basically chomwe machitika ndicho kuti amaona ma grades amene munakonza kamunalemba kandi Cambridge exams kamunalemba manebo mukakhala mwachita bwino mucha amatha kukuza kuti school fees yako uzikalipira half fees yomwe mayenera uzilipira ichi.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's say for example school fees muna ndi $900. Yes, ndio tatha kuuza kuti amene munachita bwino ku MSc, I think timanena merit tikupasani scholarship iyo kuti muzilipira $450. Ka ikhala course kuti it's 1.4 akuza kuti uzilipira chani 700. Most schools in India are doing that. So titaona zimenezozo we intensified advertising and marketing for my schools aku India. Chifuka ndalama ija for most of the courses that amapanga attract and hakunoko timati tikaipanga divide by half, timaona ngati kuti with the financial hardships we're passing through timaona kuti munthu aku Malawi atakukwanisa.
Okay.
Yes, I mean pali anthu akuthekera mosiyana kuti ena opanda scholarship yo they can manage, but they're still offered the scholarship, and amatha ku use ndrama zimezi mwina kulipira accommodation inayo kuti very exquisite. Kuti mwina zikakhala kuli, I mean marumu akumakama wifi, my aircon is yes, so it just depends on how much money you are willing to pay. Komaso zimatengera so kawiri makose, because I'll give you an example. So to be frank, you can say business administration and MBBS medicine current ngomozi. So inayo ndiyo dura kwambiri, inayo it's very manageable. So zimangotengera so koma kalipidwe kake ndikamene koko. Koma I just want to stress kuti maskula wa akamapanga offer partial scholarship ya amangopanga offer scholarship on the tuition fees. Boarding fees you still pay, which is also reasonable. Timati tikabanga ma calculation na zinthu zo ma student akakhala interested imaonesa kuti it's the same amount munthu oti atha kumalipira ali ku university ina yake ku Malawi kumwe kuno zimakhala zikuthamangisana ndithu.
All right.
Ndithu.
So I didn't need to. So the people that the students rather that you've worked with, or maybe you're working with at the moment, is it only those that are studying for their bachelors, or maybe you have masters and PhDs as well?
Well, apanopa we are working with people that are willing to study all those you have mentioned.
Okay.
Undergraduate, actually let me say my diploma.
All right.
Yes.
So yes, I started with a higher grade.
But you know, the thing is, most times in AI, when I'm giving guidance on you know, I'm a Malawian, you're a Malawian, we know how things are. I don't think it's advisable for you to spend diploma when you can at the same time study and get your undergraduate bachelor's, you know. Yeah, so komano kuli ma diploma we haven't dealt with anyone amafuna diploma. I mean, I advised some people they anasinta maganizo awo and opted gudakatan akabangano bachelors. We're dealing with people amena kupita for bachelors and who kupita ma masters and who safuna ma PhD. So what you should understand is that ama bachelors they would ana ojogera ma school ndekuti otalemba MSc kayalemba Cambridge from 5 ka from 6. Those are welcome and we process the applications. For my masters there are actually schools that were offering one of the universities panopa yomwe tikupanga market kwambiri, it's offering kuti munthu ngaluda libire school fees for 1 year, you pay that in one installment. You're not paying school fees mpaka kuzamaliza school.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know the marketing strategy and makosi yake so business administration, marketing wapali makosi otabunabu masters and bachelors, and this is also an online program. Yeah, because mbuyo ma online program analo jepa amafuna yo ma physical classes kwa banoba you can pay for your online program, and if you pay pakamozi ndikamozi bas you're not paying again.
Yeah.
And we guarantee these programs.
All right. So having interacted with a lot of young but also maybe older Malawians that are studying overseas, what do you think is the most challenging thing that Malawians are meeting maybe when it comes to studying overseas?
If I understand this question, I would rather tackle it from Kai Kunyumba Kunogo then go mainly chomwe chikuvuta kumalawi kunogo is kuswapa forex.
Okay.
Yes. I don't think we have to mention into the most underlying thing chomwe chilipo kuti drama inakwera after devaluation. So now the fees imaoneka ngati ndiyambiri momwe masiyanira last year or the previous year. The same applies for ma ticket yande kopita kumeneko ndekuti mitengo inakhangati yakwera, but sinanga everyone knows this independent market bali kumvana komano ma challenges amayamba pamene student afuna apite ku school afuna alipire school fees pali ma school ena amafuna so ngati ma admission fees, which is also sometimes termed as registration fees. Zinthu ngati zimene zipayimba mazayamba ngati kampungwe pang'ono kamkhadi forex kutani ikuvuta. In there I understand kuti pali ma zinthu ngati ma school fees, I think these are prioritized kuma banki. I think Anto Sadas Mezo I think would agree with me. Komano, that's where the problem starts. And tikabila so magunja kuja, from my experience, I haven't met people who are complaining kwambiri kuti no pali problem, tikakhala kumalawi kunogo, we always, and usually it's and we haven't been out there, we always think kuti excuse me, kuti racism is very prevalent kawiri komano ineyo ninkaona anthu ankaopa zimenezo, but no student has gone and messaged me about WhatsApp kunogo. It hasn't been the case.
Yeah, maybe not yours, but maybe other people, you never know.
I'm just speaking from my from my knowledge, yeah. So yes, and it's mainly an issue which is here. Komano akapita kunja kwa nsaba nga complain. Koma kawiri problem yomwe ilipo. Again, it's ikubwera so kumuzi kuno. Antaja akapita kunja kucha amadandaula ndalama kuti kuno makolo awa kuvutika kwatumizira ndalama kunja kucha. Maona? So it's the same problem that's here that is also affecting antaja akapita kunja kucha. Koma apopo kawiri because I'll tell you that everyone has problems. So if someone meets a problem in age and it's not problem yoti majitika, I don't think it's a problem. I can say it's a common problem yoti no, they meet no.
Yeah.
Because someone might get sick and kumene kuja kusingana kuti anthu akumadwala akapita uka
Yeah,
we all
no,
get
I
sick.
won't-
Yeah,
yes.
so zinthu zake ngati zimenezo.
All right. So having highlighted some of those issues, especially maybe when it comes to forex, what is the biggest benefit that young people get in studying overseas than studying here in Malawi?
Okay. When we study kunja first year, as I already pointed out, kuti the education standard kunja is a bit higher. It might not even be a bit, it might be way higher. And that's the first benefit. Timaona kuti the programs might be the same, my university because these schools that we're dealing with, for instance, we're dealing with Chandigarh University. Chandigarh University has recently been ranked the #1 top private university in India. And Chandigarh University has infrastructure, it's state-of-the-art infrastructure. Malabu, they have programs, the activities are satellite to space. Zintu zanga zimezo zokuti ndimaona kuti a person from Malawi kunoku, I would want to say kuti ambiti ndi my background ofanana nako kuti levels of exposure might be the same kupita kunja ndikumakaphunzira in these schools timakhala tikuona zinthu zosiyana, and we're learning zinthu zokuti kubwera kunoko tizazigwirisira ntchito mosiyana, and timakhala we're exposed and tikuzindikira. Komanso another important thing is cultural exchange, timakhala kuti kumene kuja anthu kumana ndi anthu osiyana because these schools have people from 56 countries, 57, 58 different countries. It's just not Malawians, it's just not Africans. That's very important because umaona anthu momwe amakhalira maiko ena amazwana, and that's very important, and mapanga maneuver ka humility so umakaphunzira mu zinthu ngati zimenezo. Koma the most important is about the standard of education yomwe anthu timalandira tikapita kunja kuja ndithu, and zikoma zinthu zosiyana tu university pakhomo pompa, I can be a blunter person. I go to Paul, I always pass Paul a day and ndikapita kuchito kedako ndipite zimazasiyana be
kedako ndipite so school. I mean, it's pretty different. But maybe just hypothetically speaking, if we were in a room with the Minister of Education and we're talking about, okay, maybe raising the standards or raising the bar for our universities in the country, what would your take be? What would you advise? Maybe just say you're telling the Minister of Education to say, you know what, I think we can improve here and here to make our standards higher. What would you say?
Ruth, do you know what I would say?
Yeah.
Before
I like how you say you Ruth.
Before I address that part you're asking me, I had something that I want to present to the minister.
Okay.
So I would present a pitch.
Yes.
You know what? Nthanda Education Solutions has partnerships with a number of universities, and we have partnerships that, if you ask me about now, I can't mention because they're still in the pipelines. We're yet to sign because we have been approached by other people that have interest. So they want us to grow, and so but I would tell them, if we're dealing in my schools in Katawa. So hypothetically speaking, you know how people go and study ku scholarship inakeja ku China ku anamapita kwambira makapanga za medicine njani zimene zijazi. What if we proposed or brokered a deal between the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology and one of the best schools in India that is offering my programs in offer my programs za artificial intelligence, za AI, za papers, kuti sati chat GPT jadizingomuzwa bafoni ya koma kuti anthu aziwe kuti how this is going to help us help our country. That's something that I would like to speak with them. And kuona kuti, I mean, we're young and we have these ideas for you. Can you hear me out?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. But to come back to your question, to talk about the standards of education, I feel like it's not my position to say.
Yes.
Firstly, I didn't do university here, so whatever I might say is something that I just hear about. Komano, I know people complain about the hostels. Yes, and I'm not going to really mention the university, but I know one of the universities that offers into IT. I was talking to a relative that goes to that school, and I was just pitching him, bwana mukona wakupanga offers pa masters mwauze madala kuti muzapite kumeneku. So when he saw the programs, he said that so this program is being offered ngati program payoka phase timangophunzira ngati subject in class, you know, something. What I'm just trying to say is to widen the scope, you know.
Yes.
Like teach the people these things. I'm not in the classes, I wouldn't know, that those are just some suggestions that knowledge we should actually learn, and not just, you know, no, we passed through this, I know this about it, not my definition, but not the practical thing.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, because of the economy at the moment, we know that, I wouldn't say we have hit rock bottom, but, you know, we are very shaky at the moment, and a number of young people have this daily debate where they're talking about, you know, education is no longer the key. Let's try businesses, do this, do that, and in that instance, to even just go to school.
Yes.
As someone who is in the education sector, actually at the center of it all, what would you advise young people?
I mean, business is also another gateway to economic freedom, financial freedom. But business yo kawiri ukakagula sujogera ku privileged family, capital ruso kukaitenda. You get what I mean? Komaso kungonena yungamo kumalawi kunoko ndimo mwetiriri as an underdeveloped country. Kumalawi kunoko education is key. We might say no, business is this, business is that. Komano if your education kumalawi kunogo kwa muntu hako malawi ndio funikira. Because kawiri business jaimaenda kwa antu okuti mwina they didn't really pursue education koma si ambiri. And kwina sodu muzizi waso kuti as young people tikamanena kuti school sichama nkhasuru ulesiro pena kuti ndithawepo, this should be the reasoning I'm going to use kuti business here jonji look at so did this komano. We have to say kuti knowledge is key. Knowledge is power, and school is the obvious way kuti ineyo kukundika phunzirako china chake uziwa china chake kauzwa IT kauzwa za malamulo kauzwa zomwezi za hospitality and journeys. I feel like if you went to school, you are a step above someone who did not go to school at all. And if someone says, I'm going to teach myself something, trust me, if someone that didn't teach themselves, that didn't learn about anything, afuna kuzipunza zina zake bora wewe ukaruna puzira jintu ukafuna kuzipuzisa, you still be ahead of that person, because unapuzira kale kwayambirira, you have a foundation, and uzipunza zizika upita ku masters. And then again, I always say that mu business kuti tirowemo tipuzire tipeze ndrama tikapange no business because to be honest, this is something that I'm doing as a Tanda Education Solutions, providing education solutions, but this is also something that I gain income from, you see. So this is also like a business pambali bage komaso, it's something that is also providing, it's a service to Antu. So so I'm also providing a service and doing a business, so, and I work. I wouldn't leave my job to just do the business alone until I'm comfortable with the business. Here isn't the bank sustained by Oka. So I love my job. I might not also leave my own head.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you so much for coming. And maybe before we wrap up, is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Yes. Maybe just to tell the viewers of how to find us. Currently, we only have offices in Blantyre. So we're at 28 Mombo Road in Namiwawa. But you can also get in touch with us. We have a page on Facebook, Nthanda Education Solutions. We have a page on Instagram, Nthanda Education Solutions. We have a page on Twitter, X, Nthanda Education Solutions. We have a page on TikTok, Nthanda Education Solutions. We have an email, Nthanda Education Solutions at gmail.com. Or you can call the numbers that will be provided under the screen, I'm sure.
Not so much so, but thanks for trying. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for
Ladies
having
and
me.
gentlemen, that is all we had for you today, and that was Wanangwa Chiume of Tanda Education Solutions. My name is Ruth Chavula. Until